Damn. I can't believe I bagged this car. It's clean, son. Check out that fitment. We are tucking all around. Front end looks aggressive. What's up, everybody? So I bagged this Tesla about 2 or 3 days ago. Wanted to share it with you guys on YouTube. Apparently this may be one of the first couple or the first Model S on air or non-factory air suspension, like actually on air. Don't quote me on that though. That was what the owner of this car told me, because he did a lot of research as far as what struts were available and what other people were doing to get this beautiful car tuck and rim. But yeah, my experience bagging this car was actually really fun. It went really smooth. It took me a couple days to do it, for it being my first Tesla to bag. I have the keys now. So the really cool thing about this car is that as soon as you open the door, controller, as you can see, turns on. That is really cool. Like I'm saying, really cool. One thing I noticed is that this car does require really high PSI in the bags in order to drive at like a decent ride height. I set this car up as perfectly as I could, but this is his I guess daily drive height, or I guess you would say regular drive height. And the car is pretty low. We are at 120 PSI in front and 100 in the rear. And this is the fitment we got. Still really low. It's honestly the perfect ride height. Honestly, it is freaking clean. Max aired up is probably gonna look, yeah, as you can see when we turn it off, and as you can see there, as when we close the door, the system turns off, which is super sick because that means the air suspension is completely linked in with the car. Let's go with the max ride height. I set it at 150 all around. The customer should be really happy with getting up and over things with this ride height. Should be okay. We did a couple tests. The car behaved fine with it. Got over a lot of stuff. This car is 6,000 pounds, so it requires a pretty good amount of PSI. Also, another thing I want to note, this car is running double bellow bags all around. And the brand Struts that we went with, or that the owner went with, is called Airtech. After driving around with our daily drive height, 120 in front, 100 in the rear, gotta say the ride quality was not too bad. Pretty comfortable, but still, you know, you got a little bit of stiffness to it, which I personally like. Honestly, ride quality and all that stuff is all preference. Let's go ahead and take a look at the frunk. You probably can hear the compressors right now. I'm gonna close the door and it's gonna turn off. That's fucking cool, dude. So I did not put the trim back on for the customer yet, so it's not 100%, but this is how I set up the frunk. The customer wanted it like this, and he is super pleased with it. Mounted the tank up here, manifold right in the middle, compressors on the side, water trap hanging right here, so it's easily accessible. And then over here I have the emergency valve stem filler on this side. I wanted to use the plugs or the push connect fittings on each side over here to hold symmetry, but I routed the line outside, and if we twist this knob, we have access to the valve stem to go ahead and fill the tank or even relieve pressure. It's good to have this because if the compressors fail for some reason, which it happens, the owner is not completely stranded. You can just go to the gas station, fill up the tank, and then get yourself to a desired ride height and get home at least, you know. So that was kind of my thought process while setting that up. But there it is, guys. There's the frunk. This thing's fucking tight. Let's go ahead and get a quick little air out again. Actually, we don't need that. We can actually connect to the phone. Oh shit, what's up, Jay? Oh, probably need to have the system on, so the door has to be open. That's right. Here we go. And there we go. See the air out. Sick. Honestly, after bagging this car and see it look this fucking sick, it makes me really want a Tesla. Honestly. It is so clean, dude. So fucking clean. I'm honestly honored to be able to put my hands on such an expensive car. I think these go for like 90 grand, and the owner is absolutely pleased with how I set up the frunk and how his ride heights are. So I'm happy, he's happy. What do you think, dog?
Shit.
I know, right?
Something straight out of Tron.
I know, right? Except it's got steez.
So all you kids in the 22nd century, this is what's gonna happen to your cars.
I guess so, huh? I mean, yeah.
There's still hope for the future. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I just wanted to show you guys really quickly the Tesla Model S that I bagged. Also, big shout out to Ireland for giving me a hand. Tyler as well came in for a little bit and helped me out a little bit for when I needed more than two hands. If you guys have any questions regarding installs on this car, or how I did it, or where I routed lines or whatever, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I don't mind answering questions as long as they're appropriate. But also, if you have a Tesla Model 3 or S and you want to bag it, let me know. We got you. As you can see, we got a sick one right here. Fuck, dude, I can't believe I did this. It's so cool. All right, that's enough. Catch you guys next time. Peace out. Late.